software. Most people know what Quest software is. I'll give you the opportunity to describe that if you feel like you need to. But more importantly, tell us about sort of what are you seeing from the vantage point at Quest software?
Sure. At Quest, we've been focused on the identity space for quite some time. We're Gartner recognized. We're deployed across probably 90% of the federal government in some way, shape, or form. So I won't call out the agencies on the line today, but we're in those data centers as well. The point really is that those solutions are on a maturity path to achieving and helping achieve zero trust across our federal partners. So when you think of identity, quite frankly, we often take it for granted. We think of it as a username, password sometimes, simplistically. But quite frankly, it's the thing that creates our uniqueness on the planet. When I walk, my face tells me who I am. My fingerprints, when I enter the country, tells CBP who I am, for instance. So it's that person, place, or thing identification for all of our systems and objects that we critically need. We focus not just on the identity piece, but also the plumbing. The plumbing that we take for granted usually are things like LDAP directories, primarily Active Directory. Most of the really significant breaches we've had involved a compromised credential that started with Active Directory. So someone compromised an attack path. They figured out exactly a vulnerable service account or God forbid, an actual end user with admin privileges, and were able to laterally move across an organization. The idea around zero trust, or least privilege, as I grew up knowing it, quite frankly, was to really stop that type of activity. So we focus in on the nodes, the users, the data, but now more importantly, even the APIs, because we know that there are applications that have APIs embedded, that they make calls to different services outside of the organization, for instance, on the public internet, for instance, that basically can serve as an entry point for malware, for ransomware, or worst case scenario, a threat actor to actually gain control of an enterprise. So those are the things we actually focus on, and our solutions are broad in that category. But identity, now we found out, quite frankly, is literally the next perimeter. So the moat is gone, so to speak.